last thing to do in the process is install the label system. It's a peel and stick vinyl color and number system. There's a color for each location. Like for instance, rib legs on the port side would be red, on the starboard side they would be green. The ridge pole is yellow, and we'll just install those. That's the last part of the job and the frame is completed. This will aid you each year in putting it back up. You'll know exactly where the pieces go, and it makes it very, very easy. This is our starboard rib leg. Now we're going to stick the numbers on the inside of the pole so the cover doesn't chafe against them. Okay, rib leg number 1, number 2, number 3. As you go towards the stern, the numbers go up. Now on the port side, let's start with the pocket braces. The pocket braces are brown. This is for the starboard pocket brace. We'll peel off number 1. Now what I always do is I always put the label towards the front of the tubing. So you'll know wherever there's a label that goes towards the front of the boat. We put again underneath so the cover doesn't rub on them. And we'll move our way back to do the second one. All right, we're going to install the label on the second pocket brace. That's number 2. We're going to put it underneath like we did with the first one. And I keep them at the forward joint. See this joint? This piece will go into this. This is the forward portion of this joint. So anytime you're putting these back together, you know all the tags go towards the front of the boat. You start with number 1, number 2, number 3, and so on. And that's it for the pocket braces. We have a different color for the opposite side. The ridge pole is yellow. We're going to start with number 1 ridge pole. We'll stick it on the bottom of the tubing towards the front here. Stick it on so the cover won't hit it. We put it underneath. And then the second one back, ridge pole number 2, we're going to go with the front part of the joint. All right, number 2 ridge pole. It's going on the front end of that pole underneath. And we continue to mark it the same way as we go towards the back of the boat. The numbers go up as we go towards the stern. The vertical supports are black. Peel them off and we just stick them on the pole like so. And just each one as you go towards the stern, put the next number on, 2, 3, 4, as many as you've got. Also in the kit is a label system. You can put your own positions in and what they are. If you had a brace that went from handrail to handrail, you could put where the brace went, what number it was, for instance, and peel these off and stick it on that piece of tubing. And then last, in the kit, there is a diagram which shows you, whether it be powerboat or sailboat, where the pieces go, how they're numbered, and you can actually make a list of each one here, where they might go. So you can look at this sheet and you'll refresh your memory on where those tubings go. A good idea too is if you take a couple of pictures, it's also helpful. The last thing is to mark the intersection of where the clamps go. You can use a magic marker, which works well. This way when it comes time to put it back together, you know exactly where that clamp went on this piece of tubing. Or you could take a piece of black electrical tape and wrap it around right here and here, here and here, and you'll always know that's where that clamp goes on those pieces of tubing. You do that on all the clamps of the frame and it makes it very easy to reassemble it next year. To help extend the life of your cover, you can use what we call cover cushion. Basically it's foam pipe insulation. What we do is we just stick it on the tubing, spread it apart here, bring it as far up as we want to go, which is basically, once we put the cover cushion on, what we'll do is take some electrical tape, wrap around the rubber here and then down onto the electrical pipe, wrap a piece around the center and one up at the top, and that'll stop it from sliding up and down and hold it in place and really pad the cover nicely. As an additional brace, you can take strapping, which is what we use to tie the covers on also, and you can bring it around where the vertical support meets the ridge pole. It's the perfect place to tie it. Wrap it around a few times. And bring it down to a solid tie place on the opposite side, like the stanchion bases is perfect. Or a cleat or anything like that. We're going to cut this off and tie it on there. We've installed the strapping, which gives us a side-to-side wind brace. You can do this wherever there's a vertical support down the length of the frame. It'll give you additional strength. If the frame were higher, definitely you need this. On this particular frame, you could probably get away without it, but I just wanted to show you how you would do it to give you more side-to-side wind resistance.